Good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, and good everything else. Welcome to episode 7 of the Curry Stew, the Chutney podcast. And I know that by the time you get this, you would probably say, but will it take real long? Boy, why didn't give we this thing so early? Well, we had a lot of stuff happening. You know, we still have our personal stuff to do, but we decided that now was the right time to unleash this particular episode because we've been getting a lot of people telling us that we are talking about many different topics, yes, on Chutney and Chutney Soca, and that, we do highlight a lot of the ills. We do talk about some of the issues, but what we do is we definitely talk about all the fixes and the solutions. People tell us that, okay, even though that is happening, there are certain things that, that we don't really highlight, certain achievements, certain things that have been done by artists, by bands, and we should kind of like highlight that in our Chutney podcast, right? So I know that Richard has a very, very good idea, in particular, a very, very good idea to handle this this particular view of many people out there. Mr. Richard?
Well, it actually came from both of us. But yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Welcome to the Curry Stew. And this episode, it basically comes from you all. It is generated by your interest or your comments or stuff that you brought forward to us. We are here to discuss one of those things, but break it up into several ways where it will definitely benefit the artists and bands, and by extension, the public and everyone who listens to and loves Chutney and Chutney Soca music. So yes, we're here to discuss something very, very cool. And yeah, as Big Daddy mentioned, people come to us and they will say, well, okay, you can speak about this, or why don't talk about that, or whatever it may be. And we have a way that you could do it. Right? So in a way, a lot of people have reached out to us, both the fans as well as artists and bands. And they will tell us, well, we should speak about this and that, as Big Daddy would have mentioned. But then some of these units, I'll say units because I guess like a band or a team of people or whatever, they could actually do something very cool. And it's been, in a way, and it's been very much part of the industry and in the whole entertainment scene for many, many years now, where people are starting to document their journeys. So on one hand, we have the idea of doing a full documentary, because some bands, some of these entities would have been in the industry for a long time. Let's say some of these bands have been around for like more than 20 years, right?
Yeah, definitely. Some have been around for 50 years, 60 years.
Yeah, well, right. So, yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
So when the comment came where one person in particular said, hey, well, we've done this, we've done that, and what about if you speak about those things? And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that this group of people actually did all of those things that they were mentioning. And I was like, well, when I responded, one of the things that I responded with was, well, this thing needs to be documented, and not like documented where you write it down, I mean like proper documentary, because even if you want to compare it to other entities locally, whether it be soca or anything else, there are people who are doing serious documentation of their journey, whether it be for one song, or it could be for their entire career, or it could be for the year or the past 5 years. Or remember recently when we had COVID, people were speaking about stuff that they had to go through and things weren't happening. So from one end now, specifically dealing with that comment that I got about this specific thing, where it was about a lot of different achievements, a lot of different places they performed in. I recommend that you should do a documentary. And this is really not hard to do, right? You could take it in several ways, right? Let's say you want to do it really super professional. You want to get a camera crew. You want to have a director, you want to have people to collect footage for you, that kind of thing. You could do that. Yeah, oh, you mean? Very cool. Or you could scale it all the way down. Everybody has a smartphone or not, but everyone has something where they could record on. So,
or not.
yeah, or not. I'm just saying, some people claim to be off the grid. So if you aren't able to have like a real nice phone that could capture good enough quality, well,
Right.
okay, no problem. But somebody must be able to capture something where you could get proper video, good enough audio, where you could interview people who have seen you do amazing things, whether it be that you perform in Alaska or the South Pole or something like that, or in a particular venue in,
Right.
I don't know, England or Brazil or Africa or something like that. We need to hear about these stories. We would love to see these stories and hear about these stories. And the way that you could do that is you need to document it. So
Right.
document it, right?
Well,
So-
the thing is,
Mhm.
I know what you're just saying in terms of the documenting part and the amazing, performances or historical moments where the bands, the conglomerate of artists, they've visited before. And the thing is, the reason why that we are saying this, the main reason is, remember, we wouldn't know everything in the industry. We
That's
don't
right.
claim to know everything in the industry. We don't claim to have a full 100% history of, okay, band A, B, and C, they went here, there, and wherever else in this year, and then that year they went to another few destinations, and the following year they went. We don't know everything. We have a general idea. So if it is that, you have done something exceptional, document it, as Richard is saying, actually get it out there in some kind of form where, people will be like, wow, we and all didn't know that Ole did this, and this looks amazing. This is definitely amazing.
Yeah, that's really important because, as you said, we wouldn't know everything. In a way, we are kind of like Chutney historians in a way, but still not quite, because we have experience for a long time, a number of years. We've known this industry very, very well. And there are still a lot of stories that need to be told. So let's just think about something that you have experienced, whether you're an individual or part of a band or something. Something really cool that you've experienced. It could be something that you did at an airport. It could be a particular performance. It could be backstage somewhere, or you were not at a show, but you were able to see something and behold something in an amazing space. Let's say if you and your team went to the Taj Mahal, or you went somewhere else and you saw something or whatever. We would love to hear about these things because remember, you all are the popular people, right? So if you have a story to tell, we are sure that you will be able to tell that story like no one else could, because you went through the experience. You got a chance to visit those things. I mean, I've never been to the Taj Mahal. I'd love to go. If I do happen to visit, I'll try to document as much of the story that I could. But if you've been there, if you've performed somewhere around, or maybe it was for an event that was probably not even labeled or identified as a Chutney Soca event. Maybe it's a different type of event. Maybe it's like a music festival. And maybe a lot of people or most people would not have known about it. Then these are stories that you just have sitting right there that should be told, that are waiting to be told by you. And to do this, you could get the full-on camera crew and director and what have you, or you could just hire a smaller film house or a video or a media house that will be able to do these things for you, because that'll be cool. We just need to hear those stories. I want to hear about the kicks in here. I want to hear what happened here, or the bus or the car shut down in this place, or this road was a little narrow and the bus nearly fly off the cliff, or you went to visit a studio in another country and they had flood in their yard. And they couldn't reach inside. You see the flood in the yard, come back now. Somebody has to sing about flood in the yard, you know.
Somebody, Natty might sing about it. I think Natty is the one individual that is very interested. Big up Natty Ramata.
Yeah. He wants to sing that song bad. But yeah, we want to hear those stories.
Yeah, and the thing is, this might actually, in a weird way, change the perspective of a lot of people out there who, again, may say whatever, good, bad, or indifferent about Chutney. When they start seeing these things documented, and they, they wouldn't have all the knowledge as well. When they start getting your experiences on video, and they getting the full audio, the full effects, everything, they might not say, well, we kind of had the wrong impression, to a certain extent about Chutney and Chutney artists and bands, and we didn't know that many of these bands and artists experience these things. They've gone to different places, as you always say, Richard, in terms of trying to get out to different markets. We always talk about that, but we are not too sure who has gone where. So when it start popping up now, we'll be like, what? You went here? You went there? You did this? You performed for this market, or I know that some artists have gone to China. Do you know that China has seen a somewhat Chutney performance? Many people out there will be like, no, we didn't know that certain artists, Chutney artists, went to China. A couple of them have gone to Dubai, performed in Dubai. I mean, things like that, not everybody would know. And this is a perfect way of just elevating the Chutney in terms of the eyes of many out there who probably are not always saying the best of things. This is a way of getting it in a positive light.
So what happened a couple of years ago was that I noticed where certain artists and bands would hire a videographer to tour with them. So whether it be one show or several shows, it could be in different states in the US, or it could be different parts of Canada, it could be in Europe or wherever, they would travel with a videographer. So some of them still do. And what would happen is that they would put together a really nice video, somewhat shortish, just a couple minutes long, of like a nice set of snapshots where the artists were doing different things. They would have landed in the country, they said hello to their fans, and they would go to the hotel, or they would go to do some sightseeing. And then they'd do sound check and do the actual show. Then sometimes they'll even speak with some of the fans who came to the show.
Right.
And then they'll be like, okay, well, we'll see you next time, or this country or whatever, we coming to you next, and that sort of thing. And this is what you all as artists could be able to do if you can afford it, because there's a cost unless you have a partner that's, who just willing to just roll and say, right, I'll film you now. Let me film you. I go film you. My phone working good. Right? I go film you. I just joking, right? But yeah, they are going to film you. They're going to record you. They will document it for you. And they could put it together, or they could send it off to a friend or someone else who could put together that video. And then you post that on your socials. So now, no longer do your audience or anybody who is interested in the genre need to just listen to your song and just know you for that. Right. What really, really helps is that people would love to hear the backstory of, let's say, a particular song or a tour or an experience. And these things are always interesting for people because, people just really macocious. But on top of all of that now, people love becoming fans of others who create the music that they like. So if you hear a song on the radio, it could be anybody, right? Let's say it's a song from Arijit Singh or Jubin or Shreya Ghoshal or something like that. A lot of times you might hear them and be like, well, I really love this stuff, and you'll just like them for the music. Then there's the other level of fan who will be like, okay, I want to see what this person looks like. I want to check out their page. I want to add them on the socials. And when you add them now, it's not just pictures you'll be seeing. You are going to see some videos of these people. Right. And those videos are going to tell different stories. So it could be something really short where they went to a particular event and it will just be about that event. But then sometimes it could be behind the song. So that song, O Mama Tetema, there's a really nice behind the scenes look at Shreya Ghoshal recording the vocals in studio. And the recording engineer was there, and he was the one doing the recording. So it was really interesting to see how she would warm up and how she'll go through singing her lines and all kind of little kicks in the studio. So that was really, really interesting for me to see and hear.
Anything on Nora? Anything on Nora?
No.
Too bad.
She actually has her own thing happening because she's taking on more of the dance perspective on the song.
Yeah.
So all you're seeing with is Nora Fatehi, right?
Yeah.
So what you'll see is Nora is just appearing places, and you'll have like old people, young people, little kids, all kind of different people. They'll just reach somewhere and just start dancing to the song, and Nora will just be there like doing the dance and thing. That's really cool. So that is her way of promoting the song, promoting herself, showing people what she's about. You know, maybe she just loves to dance with all kind of different people. You don't know. But the other thing is that not everybody could dance. And, you know, so she's showing off what she could do. So she could dance. She looks good while she's dancing. And
even when she's not dancing.
When she's not dancing as well.
When she's not dancing, right? she look good too.
Yeah, all of that. Right, you show your hand real big there, boy, big there. You show your whole hand there.
But, you know.
You know, people are very interested to see those things because, again, social media is like in abundance everywhere you go. And then on top of all of that now, YouTube is the king of them all. So if you have stuff on YouTube that is doing well, then bet your bottom dollar most people will know about it and know about you. So that's why we're recommending to any level of artist where you've been established or you came out 60, 70 years ago, 100 years ago, or you've been
good 100 years ago.
Well, I am not certain about any entity that has been making chutney music for the past 100 years. But for whoever has been out there for very long, whether it's really, really long, or it could be someone who is just starting out or just a couple of years into the industry. Mm-hmm. If you are only a couple of years into the industry, that's something that you still have at your fingertips. So whether you get a friend to record you, or you have a crew or a videographer who could do this for you at a reasonable price, by all means, get it done, because this is a way that you are going to gain fans. And I will suggest that you do this, because if you're only letting the public, gauge you on your music, then that's just one part of it. Because remember, everybody's on their phones. Everybody's using a device. And if they're not using it, their kids are, their friends are, their neighbors are. So you need to be able to cater for all of those people if you'd like to leave a lasting impression of your journey as an artist. Right? So your journey, it should be documented to some extent. So whether it be an event, whether it be the behind the scenes of a song. In my opinion, I believe that is something that everybody's going to be interested in. Whether people like the song or not, if it's an interesting story that is told well, you could just get fans. And even if you don't sing it properly, even if it's not the best production, okay. But sometimes the story behind the music is actually cooler and better than the actual song itself. So I would encourage, and we would encourage any artist, any band to start documenting your journey, your musical journey. And even if it's a personal one, it should be able to resonate with people who consider you and are fans of you or fans of the music and fans of the genre. It should still be applicable to people so that they will be like, all right, this is the person that sang this song. What they're doing here? What are they about? What's going on here?
Right. And the thing is, you touched on it a little bit, but just to emphasize a little more that, some of the younger artists coming up, or even some of the artists who've been doing it for a while, who haven't really toured extensively, done, many performances outside of Trinidad, you can also, as Richard was saying, focus until you reach that point where you're outside there and you're doing stuff in North America, Europe, South America, wherever, right? Until you reach that point, you could actually document everything that's happening within Trinidad or within your home country. And it could be something where, you have a process of doing, as Richard said, but it's a process that you will want to show the people on a regular basis, backstage, again, doing your rehearsals. Maybe you're writing a song and there's a process of writing the song. Maybe you're taking a drive down the road and some kind of idea come in your head and you have somebody recording that, and it's right there in your home territory, your home, country or region or whatever. And you tell yourself, well, I've been doing this a lot. It's all happening in one or two different places all the time. There's nothing really wrong with highlighting it at that stage until you get outside, until you start doing the tours, and until you start going to the various destinations. I think, you know, a lot of the younger artists coming into the industry now think that they have to be all glitz and glam and they have to make everything, even if they're doing something in Trinidad, they feel like they have to make it look like they're in Vegas or in Paris, or, you know, they put a lot of backdrops and a lot of different things that really are not necessary, because at the end of the day, people know you're in Trinidad and, you know, you might have a performance or you might have a backstage appearance before your show in Trinidad. So it's good to probably like even show that journey from where you are now to where you're eventually going to be, maybe in a year, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 3 years. And again, that is also something that will be appreciated by the people out there, not just everybody who's already made it. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, video content is so important. So even though it's music that you're making, the thing is that we live in the age of video. We will need to see how the song in.
Yeah. See how the song's sounding.
We need to see how it's sounding, right? We need to see you and see how it's sung in.
It's amazing when artists come, right? And, you know, on the radio side, they come and release music, or it's either they come to release a song and then they tell you, well, we was coming last week, we was planning to come last week, but the video wasn't ready. What did I do with the radio? What did I do with the radio? But then, of course, they give you the perspective of we wanted everything to be released at the same time. Video, with the audio, with the whatever flyers that we had, or any kind of promotional material. We want everything to be ready. Then we come and release. So it's gotten to a point now, which is, for me, is still kind of weird to know that somebody wouldn't release a song first and maybe even a day later release a video that they wanted, you know, just at the same time. But I guess that is where the industry's swinging now.
I could understand that completely, because let's say an artist comes and releases a song with you or anybody.
Right.
And then they say, yes, well, you could check out the video now on YouTube. Now, as a listener, I might be driving, I might be in my kitchen, I might be somewhere else, and I'm hearing this. And just if I'm like 50% or more interested in this music or the story that they were speaking about on radio, I will want to find out who this person is and probably want to see what the video is about, and because I want to get an idea of what the whole gist of the song is. And if an artist could immediately say that you could check out the video on YouTube now, then I am going to check it out as soon as I can, because I can remember. Whereas if they release a video the day after, there's no loyalty there. There's no loyalty where somebody is going to say, hey, I remember listeners last week or yesterday about this person. They say they have a video coming out. Is it today, boy, or 2 days from now? I can't remember. You know, nobody is doing that. Nobody.
And
so it's actually a prudent thing to release the video, sometimes even before it goes on radio, actually. I would even say that. Put it on before, because YouTube and the video audience is a different audience potentially. Whereas, let's say if you go to release a song on radio, your station already has a genre or it has a format. So let's say if you work on one station where they only play Indian music, then you have another station that only plays top 40 songs. Then you have another station that caters for a different demographic. And then there's another station. So if you are already releasing Chutney or Chutney soca music, you're already, I mean, you think that you have so many Indian-based or Indian format radio stations that you have a lot of different places you could get played on. But at the same time, you are catering for that market. Whereas YouTube is just videos, right? So you could say it's music, it's entertainment, it's educational, it's motivational or something. So video is broken up in different parts. It's
Right.
not segregated into soca music. I'm listening to the YouTube soca music channel, right? I'm searching for the Chutney soca music channel, right? I'm looking for the Brazilian channel. I'm looking for the bossa nova channel. You know, it's not really split up like that. It's where you have videos and these algorithms, they follow you. So they know what type of content that you've been looking for. So if I'm looking for Spider-Man, bet your bottom dollar, the next time open YouTube, I'm going to see something about Spider-Man come up. And then they'll put this kind of sneak in something about Superman or somebody else in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and stuff like that. So yes, I could definitely understand if an artist wants to have a music video ready either at the time of or even before the song is released on radio, because I look at what happened to us this week.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a song via a podcast that I usually listen to every week. And when I heard this song now, I was like, wait, this song bad. And it's like EDM music and stuff, which I love. So I was like, yo, I could actually hear this song because it's like EDM and Indian and it's from a TV show on Netflix.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, this real sick. This will connect with people. So I sent you the link one time to that music video and I said, yeah, check this out. You should be playing this on radio. And look at that. I mean, even though it's a foreign artist and they're not coming on your station in Trinidad to release this song, right? At the same time, I heard about this song. I haven't heard anybody else playing it anywhere else. Nobody else that I know of speaking about it. When I heard it, I said, okay, first person I sent it to you is Big Daddy. You need to hear this song and play the song and check it out.
And I was
Let me know if you like
wow,
it.
Wow, man, wow.
Wow. So now I was introduced to it by video, and then it was actually a little difficult to find it on the streaming sites, but then I ended up finding it. And when I found it, I just sent you the link to the video so that you could see what's going on. So look at that. If I actually follow an artist, it could be whoever. If they release a video, it's going to be recommended for me in my feed. And then I could now go out and say, okay, on my streaming platform or platforms, I'll use one, right? On the streaming platform that I use, I will search for it in the streaming platform and then say, all right, I want to add this to my library. I'll add it so that whenever I'm either driving or I'm on my phone or something, I could listen to the song, or if I am on my computer, I could listen as well. So yeah, the video is very important. And I think that should kind of ram it home where you should understand why video is so important. And it's not only about the music video. People love to hear a good story. And you might be singing about a good story, something interesting, but then just the story about anything, any experience that you have to tell, share it with us.
Well, speaking about the video, and it's a good thing you mentioned story, because I think you should know what I'm coming with. A lot of the Chutney artists and bands and Chutney entertainers, when they tell yourself, all right, I heard this song and I really want to see what the video is all about. This is the importance of the video that Richard is talking about. With most of the other genres, you get a video that is complementary to the audio, right? The visual effects, the visual, just the whole visual itself is depicting usually a story, the story that you hear in the audio, and it may take some little slants and maybe some weird little, inferences in between, but usually it's towards kind of like what you're hearing in the song. Now, on the Chutney side, Richard, I know you mentioned, the video again is so important, right? For many different aspects, but many times on the Chutney side, you get generic videos. And I know that is not something that most people are accustomed to. I mean, on the Chutney side, the audience, they kind of used to it now, but I think they want difference. They want everything to be elevated. They want really the video to now impact them in a way that they say, yes, this video really brought out the song even more, as you were saying. It took the song to another level, not just kept it where we hearing it on the radio, and it still remains that way. Even when we see the video, it still kind of remains that way. I think now is the time to take it to another level with the video, as you say. But on the Chutney side, I think we still have a kind of far ways to go.
I think I'm pretty happy with most of the music videos that I've been seeing. Some of them, really leave a little bit to be desired. But again, nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to get it right all the time. But at the same time, I have seen it, move from one point, which was really not that high, and now it's gotten way higher than where it was. So, kudos to those people who are putting in the time, putting in the effort to get a music video done in the first place, because, it can't be free. Even if it's done for free, well, great. But at the same time, someone has to sit there and edit it for you and put together some stuff, make sure that the video and the audio sync up in time. Sometimes it's not synced up properly now. But at the same time, yes, most from what I've seen, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's gotten better.
At a higher level now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely gotten better, but it has room for improvement still.
Yeah, for sure. But I really like the direction it's going in, and it can improve. And I'm expecting really good things to come from the artists and the videographers to put forward their best foot and, make the best offering possible.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, without naming names again, I know that there are not too many players in the industry from the video aspect. People usually use within a kind of handful, maybe just less than a handful of people for videos now on the Chutney soca side. And I don't know if that lends to what we are seeing, even with the improvements and everything. I don't know if that kind of sort of lends to it, but you probably know better, because I know on the soca side, you're dealing with all these artists and stuff. There are probably a lot of players in the video game.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a smartphone. If you could just hold that thing steady enough, you could move around. You could take a little online course or something and learn how to shoot a music video on a smartphone. And you could just do that, sync up the audio with the video, cut it up in whatever editing software that you have, and just make it happen. Just start somewhere. So remember, we were speaking about how dance groups could start making their music videos. Same thing. You just need a smartphone. You don't need any of these cameras that we use in here or any fancy equipment or anything like that. You just need a smartphone that has enough memory, by the way. Because videos, if you do a music video, you're going to take not no one take business. You have to take this shot. You have to do it 10 times. Get it from different angles. So that's 30 times. And so on and so on. Unless you're really accustomed doing it and you have an idea as to how you want to capture the performance. Right. Okay, great. Big up. But still, it takes time. It takes storage.
Storage.
Yeah. And it takes having a good idea of what good quality is.
Right.
When I say good quality, make sure the picture quality is good, that the motions that you're making with the camera are good, they're nice and steady, and that you capture some really cool stuff. So you could capture people smiling, dancing, anything. But once it's really cool, and once people will want to see it, and once they'll be entertained by what you have to show them. Don't expect that people will say, oh, well, you shoot the video in this location, so everybody's supposed to like it, right? No. It's not like that. You have to prove to us why it looks good, and it has to look good. It cannot just be dependent on where you are. Because you could be at the top of a mountain. Or we don't have no mountains here, right? We only have hills. So it could be at the top of a hill and have a really nice background. But then the background might be brighter than the foreground.
Yeah.
So they could be filming you singing or gesticulating or whatever, and then the background is brighter than you because you are in the shade, or you might be too close to the camera, or you're a little distance off, so you might be looking dark and the background looking bright. Right? Or you might be looking real bright and the background you can't see anything. So when you do the recordings, you have to take these things into consideration.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I hope that people do actually, pay attention and actually, not only with the videos, of course, the main topic where we're talking about, getting everything documented. I hope we start seeing a lot more, on the socials. I hope well, I don't want to see more on my WhatsApp. And let me just tell all that from now. I don't want to forward all these things on the WhatsApp. And I think that's something that we should talk about, because I know in the past you mentioned a little bit, Richard, that socials is one thing, but something like a WhatsApp is not something like a marketing tool, which a lot of people think it is, to go and market yourself over and over and over with videos, with any kind of documentary. WhatsApp and certain other apps and stuff are not really the tool. It's more just the socials and everything related to the socials, right? Unless, I don't know if anything has changed.
Now, if you search for social media, I believe WhatsApp actually comes under that, right? So we need to be more specific. The thing is that WhatsApp is direct messaging.
Right.
Right? Now, you might say, oh, but Facebook has Messenger. Yeah, okay, but that could be controlled, right? Yep. WhatsApp is a thing that people have your phone number, okay? So Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, I set my notifications to off for all social media. It's off. I don't, because it's distracting. Since the days of BlackBerry, I'm like, listen, every time somebody changes a status or something, it's like, what is that? And then you just keep minding people's business and you're not focusing on your own. So since those days, I set all notifications to off. And every day Facebook asks me, do you want to turn on your notifications? Yeah. No.
Check it out, man. Check it out.
I don't want no notification. But when you send these messages on WhatsApp, what happens is that you actually could be interrupting somebody's day. Yep. And then don't be surprised if people block you, or they might go to other lengths that I probably would not, to tell you, okay, listen, stop sending all of these things. So you don't want to rub your potential fans and viewers and listeners of your music the wrong way. You don't want to rub them the wrong way at all, right? You want to, even if you're doing it on WhatsApp, I have a few people who do it to me and they will send stuff, but they're very, very courteous about it. And they don't overdo it. So like once a week, during carnival time, however, I might get a video from this person.
So you won't get 24 blasts. You won't get 24 blasts in one day, like every hour, 24.
And then they add you on different lists. So it'd be like DJ, MC, video, media, newspapers, they add all the people on all the lists. So you get, as soon as you get it here,
check out my video now. Check out my video now. Check out my video now.
We're just telling you about this so that you'll understand the type of effect that your fans could be having because of your bombardment. So let the bombardment occur on different places. So if Facebook is your main squeeze, go through hard. If Instagram is your love, go through hard. If TikTok is who you like to hook up, go through hard as well. So you have to understand how to use the social media. Also, you could understand that you could send your stuff to your friends. If you know that you can call someone your friend, you could probably send them a WhatsApp message or WhatsApp link, right? Not every day, not twice a day, right? You could probably send it a couple times in its life. And then this is where the documentation of your story comes in. If I see a song coming, I'll be like, okay, I don't want to hear no song now. I could decide that, right? That's my choice. I don't need to listen to that. Then they could say, okay, behind the scenes, what happened in Library, in this show or something like this, whatever. I might be more interested in that, right? Because to me now, you coming across, you sending me something as a friend that I want to see.
Right.
But not the music. No, I may not be interested in the music. I may not be at a point where I could just press play and just stay listen to this thing for 3 minutes, right? Because I have other things to do. But then if it comes now where it's a story that is being told, I might be more inclined to check it out. Again, different people will have different preferences, but that's just me and that's how it will come across to me.
No, that's how it should be. That is how it should be. That is definitely how it should be. Because I don't think anybody who probably has, 100 different musician friends or artist friends would want 100 different notifications every hour. They'll get a message, direct message about their video or some performance or something like that. That's crazy.
Like us.
Yeah, crazy.
But is it thoughts? We done?
Yeah, I feel
feel
we cover first, second, third home base. We cover the whole 22 yards of the cricket pitch, football field, everything. Everything
feel so.
covered. Yeah.
I feel so. Everything covered.
Right.
The stands and all. All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. If you have any comments, please leave them under wherever you see this.
Right.
Whether it be the YouTube link or you leave it on our Facebook, wherever you see we post it, or TikTok or IG. Please leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Even if it's something that you don't agree with what we said, we would love to hear it as well. If it's something that you feel as though we could speak about or something that we did not cover in the topic clearly or completely, we would love to hear about that as well. But thank you very much once again for tuning in to The Curry Stew, the Chutney podcast. I am Richard DeSimo.
And I am Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy. The biggest of them all.
The Big Daddy. I think I want to change. You think I should change my name?
For what?
I don't know. You know, people people kind of rebrand after a certain point in time.
No, that's who you is.
Well, a lot of people call me by all sorts of different names. I was like, maybe I could rebrand. But anyway, that's a different episode. We will talk about a different episode.
Because remember, people used to call me Madman Richard, right? That is still my Facebook name because I feel as though you can't change it, right? So people who know me from a long time, I just left it there because people who have known for a long time will know me as that. So if I put my whole government name on it now, they'll be like, but who is that? I don't know who is that.
Who is he?
So I just left it, but I don't call myself that anymore, right? That's because of a radio persona that I had many, many years ago, like over 20 years ago. So, or almost over 20 years ago. And it has changed since then. My niece, when she was young, she was just rattling off different things in different languages. And she just said, Richard E. Simon. I was like, hey, that's not real cool. And I just took that. That's like the whole story there. Yeah, so that's what I did. But for you, you stay right there. You bat in your crease.
No problem. I'm going to bat in my crease.
You just relax yourself right there.
I'm not dancing down the wicket to hit a six.
No. You just relax yourself right there. You stay in your corner there. You got to go right there. You use Big Daddy. That's who you is. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Take
Leave
care.
a
We
comment,
gone.
like, and please subscribe.
We gone. Later.
All right.
Okay.